Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we take you to the Silver Bowl in Mount Carmel, Pennsylvania. The game was scheduled originally for Friday night, as are most games. However, because of the rain, as you see, the Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes were hosting the Minersville Battling Miners, and the game was moved to Saturday night, the 15th of October, 1977, with game time, as usual, 8 p.m. And now the starting lineup for the visiting Minersville area Battling Miners. At left end, number 81, Dan O'Boyle. Left tackle, 74, Joe Ganley. Left guard, 72, Greg Polinsky. Center, number 53, Mike Chuckaway. Right tackle, 75, Mark Kramer. Right end, 83, Greg Grigalonis. At quarterback, number 12, Dan Patinsky. Tailback, 11, Bob Doyle. Fullback, number 10, Jim Daly, and his two fullbacks, number 30, Mark Posa. And now you see the remainder of the 1977 Minersville Battling Miners. The acting head coach, Frederick G. Lutkus. Assistant coaches, Lou Palazzi Jr., Thomas Shostall, Peter Walsh, David Homa, Robert Conley, equipment manager Mike Bozak, superintendent M. Joseph Brady, principal Durbin Wagner, and the game officials, Bernie Romanowski, Bob Probert, Ed Binkowski, Joe Cesari, and Steve Martinek. And now for the home team, Mount Carmel area high school Red Tornadoes. At left end, 82, Jed Karpinski. Left tackle, 70, Vince Giacomini. Left guard, 67, Ed Cuff. Center, 52, Herbie Solomon. Right guard, 68, Jim Ambrose. Right tackle, 72, Calvin Henderson. Right end, 81, Greg Kent. Quarterback, 9, Danny Rupp. Left halfback, 23, Robbie Zavarik. Right halfback, 27, Damian Mariano. And the fullback, number 37, Seth Mason. And the remainder of the 1977 Red Tornado football squad. The head coach of the Red Tornadoes, Joseph Jazz Dinmick. Assistant coaches, Al Santos, Jim Sheehan, Joe Greco, Andy Blunas, Lenny Warner, Gary Hawanek. Superintendent of Schools, Joseph B. Warner. High school principals, Stephen P. Zarlinski. Director of Athletics, Kenneth Split. Team photographers, George McPhee and John Miller. Team physician, Dr. Joseph Greco. Team trainer, Tony Mazzella. Team statistician, Jose Gonzalo. This game film was not intact, and so we pick up action with Mount Carmel area on Minersville's 28. Quarterback number 9, Dan Rupp, pitches to number 23, Robbie Zavarik, who throws a halfback option pass to number 82, Jed Karpinski, good for 27 yards down to the 1-yard line. Number 11, Bobby Doyle on the stop. First and 10, Mount Carmel on the 1, number 23, Robbie Zavarik dives into the end zone for the touchdown. The 2-point attempt, and it goes to Zavarik, sweeping the left side, and Zavarik outraces the defenders into the end zone. The score with 7:46 left, first quarter, Mount Carmel area 8, Minersville nothing. Mount Carmel area's number 81, Greg Kent's kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback. He brought out to the 20-yard line. First and 10 at their own 20. Number 30, Mark Posa, picks up a yard. Second and 9 at the 21. Quarterback, number 12, Dan Patinsky's handoff to Posa, picks up 3 yards. We now pick up further action with a 4th and 4 at the 26. Posa in punt formation. And Posa's punt is taken by number 32, Eddie Dimnick. At the Mount Carmel area 41, there's no return. Number 55, Frank Tokak on the stop. First and 10, Red Tornadoes. Rupp pitches to Zavarik, and Zavarik gets around the left side for 8 yards to the 49. Number 65, Jim Chorowski on the stop. Second and 2 at the 49. And Rupp on a keeper. Number 11, Doyle, gets him in the backfield for a 3-yard loss. Third and 5 at the 46. Number 23, Robbie Zavarik, peeling off. Gets to the Miners 45 and a first down. Chorowski making the stop. First and 10 at the Minersville 45. Zavarik picks up 2 yards to the 43 with number 11, Bob Doyle, on the stop. Second and 8 at the 43. And Rupp's pass to number 21, Rich Brennan, is thrown high. We now pick up further action after Rupp's 29-yard TD pass to number 37, Seth Mazer, and Zavarik's 2-point conversion. The Miners, third and 5 from their own 12. Number 31, Ed Paulus, is stopped by 86, Tony Chigatano. And now Posa in punt formation. And Posa's punt is taken by Zavarik at the 46. And Zavarik coming around the right side. Breaking tackles. Brought down after a 24-yard gain to the 30 with Paulus making the stop. First and 10, Red Tornadoes at the 30. Number 32, Eddie Dimnick, going up the middle. Breaks a couple tackles and jukes out the last defender. And Eddie Dimnick into the end zone for a 30-yard touchdown. The 2-point try. Now quarterback number 7, Paul Szymanski, pitches, but number 81, Dan O'Boyle, makes the stop. Scoreboard with 8:53 left in the second quarter. Mount Carmel area 22, Minersville nothing. And now Greg Kent's kickoff. Taken down on the 18-yard line by number 11, Bob Doyle. And Doyle returns 10 yards to the 28 with number 77, Harry Prescott, making the stop. First and 10 at the 28. Posa breaks loose. Only one man to beat, but it's Zavarik who catches him. Posa goes 40 yards to the 32. First and 10 at the 32. Number 31, Ed Paulus, gets 3 out to the 29. That brings up a second and 7 for the Miners at the 29. Number 11, Doyle, gets the carry and picks up 2 yards. Third and 5 at the 27. Quarterback Patinsky, rolling right, pass, and the pass is broken up. Fourth and 5 at the 27. Patinsky again back to pass. And this time he's sacked. I think it's number 35, Glenn Meredith. Yes, 35, Glenn Meredith. Loss of 10. Mount Carmel area now with a first and 10 at the 37. Number 7, Paul Szymanski's pass. Just gets it off and it falls incomplete. After Szymanski's 17-yard pass to number 21, Rich Brennan, and the 2-point conversion by Karpinski, and number 11, Doyle's kickoff return of 89 yards, and number 32, Ed Dimnick's TD run of 73 yards on a kickoff return, we now come back to further action. It's Miners 2 and 8 at the Mount Carmel area 39. Patinsky in a scramble was able to pick up 14 yards to the 25 as Zavarik makes a stop. First and 10 at the 25. Bobby Doyle on the carry. Gets around the left side and gets 12 yards with number 38, Ed Catch, and number 39, Mark Matra on the stop. First and 10 at the Mount Carmel 12. This time, Doyle is caught by about 3 or 4 Red Tornado defenders and loses 2. Second and 12 at the 14. Again, Doyle a carrier. This time he's stopped by number 66, Greg Sakavage, a 2-yard loss. Third and 14 at the 16. Batinsky's pass is broken up. Can't see the number, but we think Mark Matro might have been back there. And there's a half the distance penalty. It puts the Miners at the 8. Automatic first down. Fullback Poza got 1 to the 7, and now from the 7, Batinsky hits number 81, Dan O'Boyle, with a 7-yard touchdown pass. The extra point attempt, Batinsky going for 2, rolling right, and his pass is incomplete. Scoreboard with 1:18 left in the second quarter, Mount Carmel area 36, Minersville 12. Minersville's squib kick is taken by a Red Tornado lineman. Couldn't come up with a number on that. Out to the 50. First and 10, number 27, Damian Mariano on a sprint sally left, gets 7 yards. Number 76, Bruce Ritecki on a stop. Second and 3 at the Miners 43. Number 37, Seth Mazer, breaks up the middle and picks up 22 yards. That brings up a first and 10 for the Red Tornadoes at the 21. Quarterback Szymanski passes to number 82, Jake Karpinski in the end zone, a 21-yard touchdown. Greg Kent with Eddie Dimmick holding, hits the placement good. And the scoreboard with 8 seconds left in the half, it's Mount Carmel area 43, Minersville 12. We now pick up further action on Minersville on the Mount Carmel area 47. And Batinsky, 3-step drop, tries, but it's incomplete. Second and 10 at the 47. Number 11, Doyle, loses 1 yard. Number 38, Patch on the tackle. Third and 11. And Batinsky back again, a straight drop back. And his pass goes out of bounds. Fourth and 11. Minersville in punt formation. And Pose's punt is taken at the 29-yard line. A fumble, but recovered by the Red Tornadoes. First and 10 at their own 29. Number 35, Glenn Meredith, on a quick hitter, gets 5 yards to the 34. Second and 5 at the 34. Again, Meredith gets the carry and picks up 2 out to the 36. That brings up a third and 3 for the Red Tornadoes at the 36. Szymanski hands off to Mariano, and he loses 4 yards. Fourth and 7 now at the 36. This play is blown dead. And now, number 32, Eddie Dimmick, is back in punt formation at the 30. And his punt is down by number 77, Harry Prescott, at the 27-yard punt. First and 10 at the 43 for the Miners. Batinsky's pass is completed to 81, O'Boyle, for 5. Number 12, Rob Gergen on the tackle. Second and 5 at the 48. Batinsky's pass is completed to Doyle for 7 yards. And I'm not sure if that was 12 or 22. That would have been Gergen or Dimnick. Or Gergen or Zavara. First and 10 at the 45. Batinsky's pass is intercepted out of bounds. Second and 10 at the 45. Handoff to Poza. And he fumbles, but the Miners recover for a 2-yard gain. 3rd and 8 at the 43. Posa on the draw. Number 51, George Zimmerman, gets him for a 3-yard loss. We now pick up further action in the 4th quarter. Mount Carmel area on its own 46. Szymanski hands off to Dimonek, who gets 4 out to the 50. 2nd and 6 at the 50. The pitch back to the right halfback, Tommy Weldon, number 31. Weldon gets around the left side and, eluding tacklers, picks up 26 yards to the 24. Number 56, Dan Hopvik on the tackle. 1st and 10 at the 24. Carried to the left halfback, number 22, Joey Zavarik. He picks up 7 yards to the 17. 2nd and 3 at the 17. Szymanski on an option pitches to Joey Zavarik to the 15 for a 2-yard pickup. Brings up a 3rd and 1 at the 15. Zavarik on a straight up the middle, no gain. 4th and 1 at the 15. Szymanski on a quarterback sneak gets 4 yards out to the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 11. And Szymanski pitches to Tommy Weldon. Gets around the left side. Nice block thrown out there. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. A 2-point try. Number 12, Rob Gergen, in motion, takes the pitch and dives into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. With 6:51 left in the 4th quarter, Mount Carmel area 58-19. Missed in the film, which I said was missing quite a bit, was Glenn Meredith's 1-yard run for a touchdown with Szymanski's extra point kick. And for Minersville, Smolsky's recovered fumble in the end zone for a touchdown and Posa's extra point kick. Szymanski's kickoff goes down to the 8-yard line where it's returned. Might have been Boyle, but he gets it back to the 34. 1st and 10 at the 34. Number 37, Vince Orlowski, picks up a yard. Then on 2nd and 9 at the 35, Patinsky, the number 25, Jesse Lucas. Number 31, Tommy Weldon, holds him to a 4-yard gain. 3rd and 5 at the 40. Number 21, Mark Rienzo on the carry. Number 22, Joey Zavarik making the stop. 1st and 10 at their own 48. Patinsky is caught by number 61, Bill Fracolosi. And that is the final play that we have on our film. We have fortunately come in contact with Ed Romance, the great sportscaster and owner of WMIM Radio, as he did this game in a synchronized radio television production. There was only 4 or 5 minutes of this that was available to us, and so we're going to show you this now as we go to Ed Romance and Joe Cheddar of WMIM 1590 on the dial, Mount Carmel, Pennsylvania.
Thanks.
Right. I just happen I call him that because it's his father's name. It's kind of natural thing to do.
Okay, Bob Doyle, 11, gets into the secondary and goes to the 45-yard line for a pickup of around 4. Complete right on that 50, shy by about a yard of a first down as it was picked off very nicely by Jess Lucas, 25. Lucas, incidentally.
What looks like confusion, but believe me, this thing has been set up in advance. You know, these guys know who's supposed to be in there and who isn't supposed to be in there. But right now, I'll tell you, it looks like Keystone Cops.
Jimmy Ambrose raced out onto the field.
Well, he's been in and out. Let's see. It looks like the Boston Marathon. We're getting a hand from the crowd now. You know,
these defensive linemen a lot of credit, because when we're fooled up here, it's amazing how they're not fooled down there.
Absolutely. But Butensky's been getting some extra time throwing the ball because of his ability to fake well.
Okay, instead of a punt formation, comes up close. But boy, that fooled nobody. Eddie Paulus is the boy who took the short snap, and Tommy Weldon.
Oh, great job. Gee, he reacted to it so doggone well. Gee, you know, they instead of the punt, they centered to the short man, but Tommy. That's Weldon that time, Ed. Handoff from...
With less than 6 minutes remaining in the ball game. Back to pass is Butensky. Into the flat, complete. Again to number 25, who finds himself in a clear, Jess Lucas. But he is dropped by Tommy Weldon after he picked up about 5 yards, almost 6 yards on the play. Well, on Carmel area, hoping that clock keeps on running, and it does, as long as there's a completed pass or running with the ball. Here's Bobby Doyle, number 11, out of the game. He has played a sweetheart of a ball game. He is out of the ball game, and coming in to replace him is Mark Dorenzo at running back. And Dorenzo takes the pitch out, being chased on the far sidelines and knocked out of bounds, but not until he had picked up the first down. Blaze Zarkowski, a sophomore, 74, kept reaching out from Joe, but he never got to him.
Blaze, just.
Guy Smith is flanked out wide left. Shemansky rolls left. Laterals the ball out to Tommy Weldon. Touchdown, Tommy Weldon. Boy, that guy is quick, and he's got speed when he has some daylight.
Not only is he quick, but he seems to have the ability to cut at just the right time. You know, you'll see him heading for that sideline, and boy, he'll all of a sudden make a very darting move and get inside a tackler when you least expect it. He's going to be a real good runner later on.
56-19 now. It's Mount Carmel area. Probably will go for 2. As Tommy Weldon is the deep man in the eye. Joe Zavaric is up close behind the quarterback, Paul Shemansky. Jurgen peels off in motion. He takes the pitch out, cuts back in, and Robbie scores 2 points. Stan Phil must be pretty happy. He's doing the public address announcing. It does a beautiful job for Mount Carmel Area High School. And that's his son down there. Just picked up those 2 points on a pitch out with the wingback reverse. You know, Joe, not only is the varsity doing well this year, but it's amazing to see that when the varsity's doing well, this is Lucas, 25, flanked out right from the eye. Butensky, it was going to be a screen pass, but boy, racing in very, very quickly to drop him in his tracks is Robbie Gergen. Boy, he really blitzed in, and he had no chance. He was lucky he just got his arm forward for the pass.
They don't seem to have any edit.
Clock is still going with less than 4 minutes remaining in the ball game, and Mount Carmel area holding a commanding 58-19 lead. Paul Shemansky, who has directed the team for about 3 quarters at least, and that's the end of the ball game. That's the end of the ball game. Final score: Mount Carmel Area High School 58, Minersville 19.
And the final score in this 1977 game at the Mount Carmel Area Silver Bowl was the Mount Carmel Area Red Tornadoes 58, the Minersville Area Battling Miners 19. This is all-time win number 491 for the Red Tornado football program.